lifestyle, you ain't know. 1-6, rep the rib, ho. Cali from the 7-6, so ride the whip, rev it like boom. Baddie open passenger door. Take it to the telly room for. Said she own a 92 South. Rode me like a Chevy 6-4. Business meeting, penthouse suite. Need a key to pass the top flow.
And we are back.
Man, what is going on?
Dude, it's so trippy. So, folks, once again, welcome to the adventures of the Black Nerds. I'm Baron.
I'm xTJones.
And we are trying a new medium. Normally, we're in the same vicinity.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I'm going to like this. We're using Google Hangouts or Google Hangout Meet or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
and
some Google product.
I could see you. I could still see your reactions.
Yeah.
You know, just via webcam. And it's different because I'm not right there. Like, I can't tap you on the shoulder when you say something like, hold on, let me get my point in, because you know how angry you be getting.
Yeah, I do get riled up.
I mean, like you said earlier, we have this technology. Why don't we use it? So
yeah, that's the whole thing. Because once again, folks, we want to be able to give you a high quality experience. And the more we know, when you know better, you do better.
Exactly.
So if we can figure out a way to give you more content, we want to do it. And my daughter just walked in. That was funny. But we want to offer a better experience, and I want to make sure this seems like a proper way we can do it.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, we have it. Why not use it? So
exactly,
we're here to use it. Now, hey man, a lot went down this week, dog.
Yeah.
A lot went down. You were definitely holding it down. I mean, I just think you say it all the time, and we say it all the time. That famous Martin Luther King's quote, and I just think when people, I don't understand where people's. All right, so explain what we're actually about to talk about, because you were headstrong in it.
Okay, so basically during the presidential honoring of the Code Talk, the Native American Code Talkers who helped end World War I, World War II, and just general information and create. I mean, I can go for days about the history of the Code Talkers, but long story short, they're a group of Native American individuals, and they were being honored by the president. So let me paint the picture for you. Now, President Trump is doing a good thing by honoring these men. That's beautiful. That's what's supposed to happen. But where he falls short, as he often does, and it's always those social cues or those mishap moments that ruin a beautiful thing. So where he fell short was he's given this presentation and honoring these men in front of the president, who is known as the Indian Killer, Andrew Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
number one.
Strike one. So that's all. This man, Trail of Tears, Westward, the Manifest Destiny. I'm not even gonna. I mean, the dude. I want to say he even told Congress, "With what army are you going to stop me?" Like, the man, he was known as the Indian Killer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to dive too much into that one, but so that's strike one, and then strike two, where that stirred up all the uproar, is he called Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas. Now, for those listening who are not of the ethnic variety, you don't make references like that towards people. It's not in any way, shape, or form a compliment. Donald Trump did not use that term as a compliment to describe Elizabeth Warren. Now, regardless of Elizabeth Warren lying about her or not having proof of her claim to be Native, that's not the point. The point of it is he used this term, Pocahontas, to make fun of her while honoring a group of Native American men who fought, died, and saved this country.
and are becoming extinct.
Yeah, they are. I want to say there's very few left. I don't know the exact numbers.
I think he said it was 13 of them.
I mean, time always wins.
Jesus.
It's
with all of that being said, and I said this to you when it was happening, as it was going on, like, yo, if you say something that is disrespectful, and I tell you that, yo, I felt like you're disrespecting me, just eat that, man. My bad. I'm sorry. Why do you want justifications of why you said you don't need to explain it. You don't need to jump around the bush and try to make it seem you weren't being disrespectful, or how is it not? I'm just telling you it's disrespectful. Just relax.
Exactly. No, that's honestly, I was fighting all day on Instagram, on Facebook and Twitter. I shouldn't have to explain to you why something is disrespectful to me. Now, I'm going to tell you this. How much respect you have for me is determined by how you respond to me telling you something is disrespectful. If me calling you Four Eyes, I mean, well, that's a bad example. If me calling you... No. I don't want it to be outward name calling. If me knowing your Jamaican heritage, if me constantly calling you Usain Bolt, if I always called you Usain Bolt, I'm not saying it in a manner of I think you're fast, I think you're a great leader amongst your country, I think you're a great role model for kids. I'm not saying it to you like that. I'm cracking a joke.
Exactly. That's
just
exactly
like
what it is.
Just like if somebody called me Kunta Kinte, Chicken George, Buckwheat. I mean, I can coon. That's more of a straightforward. I'm trying to use terms that just play. Okay, if I went to work, if I went to my reservation, if I went to any reservation, if I went to a group of Native American women and I went around calling them Pocahontas, that is not funny. Just like if I went around a group of Native American men and I was calling them Tonto, our Lone Ranger's partner. Yes, these are not bad. These are names of people or figures, but it's in the way I'm using it. Yeah. That's where the disrespect comes. And then plain and simple, you're cracking a joke. And it's an inappropriate one, especially for the time and place. And it's a racially charged joke that, above all, my president of the man who's president of the United States, my president of the United States, he should not be using these type of jokes. He should not in public. Jesus.
That's the main point right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard somebody say the other day about when he said, grab him by the pussy. Remember that line?
Yeah.
I was watching a thing on YouTube. It's called Cut. And they have a beer pong series where they do like fear pong. Where they get, one of the things was they got like, they had a theme. They got a Democrat versus a Republican. And underneath each cup was like a dare. So you had the option to do the dare or drink the cup. Well, one lady said, the dude asked her about the grab him by the pussy line, and she said, yeah, well, he's just human like the rest of us. Now, we get that. We understand that. Yes. But he's the president of the United States.
You got to be held to a higher standard.
Exactly. If you're the president, you're the face of the country. You are the man that sits at the top. When people think about America, they think about you at that current moment because you're the quote unquote leader of the free world. You have to carry yourself a different way. Now, regardless, say he said it and he came out I would have so much more respect if he came out and was just like, yo, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. That's different. You just owning up to it. But for people trying to justify it and people trying to take it to a level where it doesn't need to go, I shouldn't have to explain to you why it's wrong. Just don't do it.
And that's the point. And that's the big issue for me and what I saw in my battle on the internet with my Twitter fingers. What I seen on the battlefield, that's what I'm going to call it. What I saw was that people were constantly trying to explain to me why it's not a bad term instead of listening to someone from that demographic who's telling you it's not a good term. First off, the history behind Pocahontas is not a good one. Disney Channel fluffed that story to no end, to a point to where it's even hard for me to go back and watch it because it's nowhere near what's true.
They had to.
Well, of course, because it was vulgar.
The real story, they couldn't tell kids that. They couldn't play that.
Not in a cartoon. It would be on Adult Swim.
Exactly.
Like, it just, plain and simple, if somebody from a specific demographic tells you that a term is not cool, if you have enough respect for that person, you listen to them and take their word for it. I'm not going to go and challenge you. I'm not going to challenge you. If I walk into your house and you tell me to take my shoes off, I'm going to take my shoes off. Why? Because I'm in your space.
Yeah.
Let's take it to this level. Me eating with your family. When I would eat at your house, you would share out food.
Yeah.
Everybody share it out. Okay. We don't do that in my house. Everybody walk up and get their own, and you walk up and you scoop out what you need and you go eat wherever you gonna eat. Yeah. So, but when I come and deal with you and your people, I'm gonna abide by the guidelines that I'm surrounded by.
Yeah, you have.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. So, no, you're right. You're right, dog. It's to me. I knew it hit home with you because of how much you had in common with that, with that situation, to be frank, and to see that people were trying to negate that or take that battle away from you, it kind of pissed me off. And the reason why I can't entertain the internet, the reason why the internet gets to me sometimes is that people, they just don't want to understand. They don't want to listen. They want to believe and they want to stick up for their ideas because that's what they believe in. They can't be wrong. And I'm telling you, that's a dangerous person. A person that knows it all and a person that has no flaws is just dangerous to me because there's no acceptance of anything. You can't accept when you're wrong. You can't accept when somebody has done something wrong around you. You will completely go blind by the fact that this is what I believe and this is what I'm going to stand for. That is pure ignorance.
Yeah, you'll be blind. People get blinded by their truths, ignoring facts. You can't. If no matter what I believe, if the person that is being affected by this, and I respect them, because that's what it really boils down to, is do I respect you enough to take your opinion or take your point of view and respond accordingly to it? If I don't care if it's something as simple as me tapping my pen. If me tapping my pen is constantly annoying you to a point where you feel seriously ill about it, and you tell me, and if I don't stop, that means F you. I don't care. I know that's a cheap example, but I mean we can go for days on it. But it just
you see that all the time.
At what point do you listen to a group of people who are telling you the same thing? You know what I mean? Like, at what point do you I don't care you don't see me sitting here commenting on women. Mm-hmm. You don't see me sitting here commenting on the LGBTQ community because it's not my stance. I don't have any ground to stand on other than we're human, other than I care about their general well-being and their human rights. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to sit here and make an argument for something that has nothing to do with me. So if you got a group of Native Americans telling you, hey, don't go around calling people Pocahontas, it's not cool, then just listen.
Don't sit up here and say why
just not. Say, okay, my bad. I didn't know. Or if you're gonna ask why not, take the answer and dwell on it. Like, oh, okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Don't combat, don't fight. Like, well, I'm saying it because it's cool. I'm saying it because because of your long, pretty hair, and it's like the cartoon. The cartoon was beautiful. It's not a bad word. It's a historical reference.
I wouldn't different.
That's right.
That's totally different. If you looked at a girl and said, "Boy, you have the resemblance of a Pocahontas," that's almost a compliment because you're looking at her appearance. But if you're calling somebody a Pocahontas,
yep. It's a big difference.
And then he didn't use it in that term. He
didn't use it in a positive light. Period.
Yeah, he didn't use it in that.
He could have called her. He could have called her a happy face. Like,
he could have called it anything. I was just about to say that too. He could have said anything else, but he said that. You know what I'm saying? And he only said that because of the setting he was in.
Exactly.
Now, eat that. Just eat that, dog. You messed up. You shouldn't have said it. That's it. Don't have people coming out trying to explain your. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't. I couldn't deal with it, man. Like, to me, like I said, I seen you going out there. I seen you battling it out with these people that just. And then you had people that understand. Not everybody disagreed.
Oh no.
It was a lot of people that was sitting there like, listen, I don't understand. And a lot of white people as well. Mm-hmm. Yo, it's a racial slur. The way he used it was in the derogatory manner.
Period.
What the fuck else do you need me to say to you? And that's where the frustration comes by, from me at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just seen you. I was reading all that stuff. And to me, it just never made sense from the get-go. Like, that's just something you eat. Like, if somebody says, yo, I don't like the way you did that. Okay, my bad, man. I'm sorry. That's it. Let's move on. What else do I need to do? So, yeah, man, I seen it, man. It's ignorance, man. It's just ignorance.
Man, and you know what, dude? And what's so funny is this actually rolls into another point that I wanted to bring up. Yeah. So Kevin Sorbo, for those who don't know, the guy who played Hercules, the live action Hercules, he actually brought up a point that kind of fits with this. He asked a question. He said, if Donald Trump, and let me give you the context. He's talking in terms of like everything that went down with Hillary Clinton and her deleting her emails and all that other stuff, right? But I'm going to look at this from an angle of us accepting him as president and his ability to be president and how well or bad he's doing. So just to give that pretense. So this is what he asked. If Donald Trump deleted all of his emails, wiped his server, and destroyed all of his phones with a hammer, would mainstream media suddenly lose all interest in the story and declare him innocent? Now, I know he's talking about something different, but that brings up a good point that actually gets crapped on by what just happened. If Trump got rid of all social media, all his past media, wasn't a TV star, didn't have the history that he had, or at least the public history that he has, in my honest to God opinion, his actions would still cause us to have the outrage that we do with him. His
actions in regards to what?
In regards to any and everything. I mean, look at what happened with the Code Talkers. Okay.
So you're talking about,
let's say
we don't hear from him the way we're hearing from him now. We don't see him the way we see him now, but he still has done these actions that we like. I mean, I'm talking about even before the election, the whole, like I said, the grab him by the vagina line, he said, all of that stuff. I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people, one argument that I always hear, that's just his social media. You're using his social media, or that was before he was president. Every other president was held to their past.
Yep. And still to this day they should be.
And that's what I'm saying. And for somebody to be president, you truly are the face of the nation. You're supposed to represent the feel and presence of the nation at that point in time. So for him to be standing and doing these type of things with no remorse, because honest to God, jumping back to the whole the Code Talker thing, if he would have simply got on Twitter, and I don't know if he has or not, but if he would have simply got on Twitter and said, "Hey guys, I didn't know that was a term to use, like a negative term, and I'm apologize the way I used it." If he would have said that, he would have got so many brownie points from me. Because that's all it would have took.
Yo, that's all that mattered. If you would have just said, "Yo, I messed up. I am sorry." That's it. There is no more argument. There really isn't. Nope. Because he's accepted it. It's already been accepted. It's already, let's discuss it underneath the wind. He did it. He claims he didn't know or whatever. Now, you do have people that wouldn't let it go. What I'm saying is the people that like me, the people that can understand when somebody has, like, because if Donald Trump said some shit to me right now that made sense, I'm going to say, okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with it.
People like that can, that can split things apart and put two and two together, they make these type of situations easy because it's just it's cut and dry. Yo, he apologized. Okay, cool. On to the next subject.
Yep.
That's it. But there are people out here that will drag that thing on no matter what. They won't accept apologies, and that's not the way to go. The way to go is for him to, if in these situations, if he comes out and does what he's supposed to do, like still sticking with the code talkers thing, apologize, say I didn't mean it that way, I'm sorry. That's it. It's over.
It's done.
He's accepted it. So
we can no longer talk about it in that way anymore, other than something past tense. Like we can't, because you acknowledged the mistake and you made the apology. Yes, you can't take the words back. Mm-hmm. They were said. We heard you say them in the manner you said them, but now we can make progress with it, and it wouldn't cause so much of this uproar. It wouldn't be as big. With
that being said, though, with him as being the president of the United States, that would you say that something like that needs to be that should be stuck to his resume, or do you think there is like a statute of limitation when it comes to presidents doing something wrong? Because I mean, you look at Bill Clinton; he's going to forever have that joke about
I never had sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah, that'll always be on his. So, I mean, even if he apologized for that, it's still something. Okay, our president did do that.
But this is what's so bad about, and this actually goes back to the whole Kevin Sorbo thing. This is what's so bad about him, that this will get overshadowed because he's most likely, and I'm not a betting man like I used to be, but I would put my money on him doing something crazier. Mm-hmm. So,
no, yeah, I think you, me, and the whole world would probably bet against him on something like that because he hasn't proven no one wrong yet.
Exactly.
It steady grows. It's going higher and higher. I'm waiting for something else to pop up.
I swear he's like a walking hold my beer meme.
Hold my beer. That's that's a good reference,
dude. Oh man, Trump can't say nothing crazier than that. Trump, hold my beer. Like it just
like it's almost like he's in the competition with himself to top himself.
Yeah. I mean, did you see he wants to make a game show for the worst news source or the fakest news?
Oh my gosh.
And
why?
Like the top 5 fakest news. Like this dude's Twitter page is.
You relinquished that once you became the president. That's the wrong. You should have been. Don't see. This is the thing, man. And people praise him for this. For him being a outspoken. Him showing that he's just human like the rest of us. I've been knew that the president of the United States, whoever it was human just like us. The only difference is they in the spotlight. They answer the big questions. We just, we vote them into office, and that's pretty much that. I ain't sitting up here talking to Donald Trump on a daily basis. Hell, I ain't talked to Barack Obama. Hell, I have never been in the same city when he was in the city as well. So I've never been that close to any president. What I'm trying to say is that I think people are looking too much into that. When you're the president of the United States, or you hold a title of any sort, you're the face. So you have to carry yourself in a way where it's like pure respect. Like whether you hate him or not, he's still the president. And I think if he wasn't pretty much the person who he is, the way he acts now, I think people who didn't like the fact that he won would still have a lot of respect. There's people out here that don't even acknowledge him as their president. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. Like when people don't even acknowledge you as their president, whether they hate you or not, like Jesus. So we need to separate that. Like, yes, we need to hold this guy at the standard that has been held, from my knowledge, the beginning of time. Is that you're the president of the United States. You have to say the right thing. You have to do the right thing. Don't be a human. You be the president of the United States.
And you're I didn't mean to cut you off. You're absolutely right.
Go ahead, man. Go.
You're absolutely right. I know that. Look, I like to look at it from both sides. We all know that there was a large portion of the United States where the people felt neglected. Mm-hmm. I can completely understand why there is a large portion of you had a large population of the working class who felt they were being neglected and being left out by their government. So that's how Trump was able to make his rise. He was able to make his rise because he appealed to the everyday man, the everyday person. And when I say everyday person, I'm talking more so the conservative everyday. I mean, you've seen it, Midwest, Southern, the Green Belt. He appealed to all these people that a lot of mainstream politicians have left out, and they're tired of the norm. Everybody's tired of people kicking. We're tired of kicking the can down the street for the next person to deal with, and people wanted something different. The system started feeling stagnant, and it started feeling like it wasn't making any positive moves. So what did people do? They naturally did what they felt right. Big change. I mean, on the Democratic side, you seen what was happening. Everybody was cheering and rooting for Bernie. Every side wanted big change. Now, clearly, the side that won, Trump, the Republican or the conservative side, which is not. I'm not in bed with any specific group of anybody.
Yeah,
and I heard this from Joe Madison. There's no permanent friends or enemies. There's only permanent interest. There's only permanent interest. That's the only thing that matters. So if things that matter, if Trump's talked about and addressed everything that truly mattered to me in the way that I see is best, he would have had my vote. Plain and simple. Yeah. Honestly, he might have got my vote if he would have just brought all of his products and had them made in America. Anything with the Trump name on it, if he had it made in America, because you know why? He would have been the first, one of the few presidents who did what they said they were going to do immediately.
Yeah, exactly. No, that makes sense, bro.
And this is coming from somebody who's voted Republican the few times that I could. So, but at the end of the day, I vote Democratic because a lot of the things that they vote on and the way they vote are in ways that I agree with. Yeah. So one thing that I've also seen, and flipping to the other side, I've noticed a large amount of people who vote against their own self-interest. So,
but that's exactly what I'm saying, is that these people overlook the wrong. Hell, they'll overlook the right.
Yeah.
Just to vote for you. I was telling this dude this one time that a lot of people are born a certain way. They're born and raised a certain way. And this is just what I believe. The example I was using when I was talking to this guy was racism. I said, think about it. You got a little boy going to school and he says this, right? He says, I don't like black people. All right, let's just keep it straight to the point. He says something like that. He got that from somewhere, in my opinion. I think that this stuff is the way some people are being raised. Because a lot of people are just like religion, man. You can use any one of these things. You were born and raised a certain way because this is what you were taught by mom and dad or whoever. So now that this is the way you were raised, this is the right way no matter what. Yep. You could be handicapped. You could be sick. You could have this. You could have that. I mean, didn't Tommy Lawrence say at one point she was using Obamacare?
Not at one point. She is.
Or she's on Obamacare. So to bash it, I'm just saying, that's just one example.
Yep.
Like, come on, man. We gotta really. You're not even breaking it down. You're not thinking. You're just voting because, or you're just going with this side because this is my side. You're not looking at the truth. You're not looking at the information given to you. You're just saying this is the way to go because this is the way I've always been going. This is the way I've been raised to go. So I'm just going to continue doing that. You know, it's a win and loss thing for them. And it's not a win-loss thing for me. It's a right and wrong thing.
Yep.
Because if someone says, like, people telling me, oh, like, I'm telling you, like, it's just people I talk to sometimes, it gets irritating because they'll say, oh, yeah, the Republicans won. All right, but did you win?
Yeah. Yes. Well, there's a fact out there that a lot of people don't know, that I want to say a majority of the poorest counties in the country, and like San Bernardino County, Riverside County, whatever.
Yeah.
The poorest counties in the country are Republican counties. Like it's crazy to me. Like I sit there and but yet they vote Republican religiously, just like a lot of people I know religiously voted Democratic. Now I'm gonna tell you this: there's not a Democrat that I voted for that didn't have a lot of the opinions and the positions that I had. So it wasn't like I was voting against my own self-interest. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's a.
But the difference between you and everyone else in that regard is that you're actually looking into both sides. Yep. You're not looking into one side. You're not just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go." You know where I'm going. Like you're reading up. You're doing the research. You're in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. The difference is you can do the research. The difference with them is that they don't care to look at nothing. They just know Republicans is the way because Republicans is the right way.
Yep.
Get the hell out of here with that.
I mean, come on, even the name, the Grand Old Party. Really?
Like, I don't. It's. Go ahead.
And don't get me started on the whole, well, the Republicans were the ones that freed the slaves. Yeah, those Republicans would be today's Democrats. So stop it. Like, and people disregard that point.
You know what? You know why that point is invalid? To me, at least, is because I don't give a shit who freed the slaves. You could have been anything as long as they were freed.
Yep. So that's a better point.
You know what? This goes into the whole LeVar Ball thing. Now I know this wasn't one of our topics, right? Mm-hmm. But obviously we know LeVar's son. I think his name is LaMelo. Mm. Yeah, that's the one that went to that. I
think it was LiAngelo.
LiAngelo. Yeah, I think that is correct. Him and two other UCLA players got arrested in China for stealing, whatever, blah, 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 right? So, story goes on that, and this is just based off of what we've seen in the news and the media, Trump made got some type of interaction with China's head leader or whatever, and the problem was fixed. Now, boom. When I heard that, I was like, oh, that's dope.
Right, good shit, Trump.
These kids, first of all, they're kids. First of all, they're kids. They get to be home with their families. They're not doing 10 years in jail.
In another country.
In another country that they're not fond of. They don't know the language. Boom. That was just so, like, I was cool with that. But then you go to see his tweets calling them knuckleheads, telling him and LeVar getting into it about, and at first I was like, you know what? I think he is deserving of a thank you or some shit like that. The kids told him thank you.
Exactly.
Right? But he's looking for people to bow down. That's what it looks like to me. He's looking for the extreme. I did something good. You're going to tell me that I did something good. Listen, if you're going to do something, especially as the president of the United States, just do it. Don't do it with no type of recognition. You don't need to be told thank you because you did it because you're the president of the United States, and that's your duty to take care of your people. You know how much brownie points, like we're talking about giving him brownie points. Imagine if he would have did it and not tweeted shit.
Oh, dude, he would have been a legend in the hood.
Man, he just didn't. Just imagine that you did that. Like, you made the call to the Chinese representative and got them boys out of there. Them boys was back home immediately, and you just didn't say nothing. You didn't put out a tweet. You didn't do nothing. It was just that. And then imagine if it was the kids that came out first and was like, "Yo, thank you to the president. He hooked us up. He did this. He took care of us. It would have been people like, whoa, he did that for y'all? Oh man."
He would have got brownie points. They might have made a shoe after him.
Man,
the Trump ones.
You gotta the Trump. You gotta think about these things. Like I don't know why people make it seem like it has to be like, oh yeah, yes, I felt in the beginning, yeah, hell yeah, I would have been thanking him too. Shit, he got you either way. If I was the one in jail or I had a son in jail, and you made that call to get my son out of a different country that he's not used to, oh yes, thank you. But the route and the extent that you took to get that thank you, to get that recognition for doing a good deed like that was extra. It was too excessive for me. So that's why I said to myself, yo, I kind of see why LeVar was going to joke about that. I would too. I wouldn't tell him thank you for another damn thing. Because, yo, come on, man. Like, my son's already thanked you. What more do you want? I'm not obligated to do anything for you. Yes, you hooked my son up, you got him out, but that's where it ends. Especially if I'm not fond of you. You see what I'm saying? Like you're pushing your button. You going too far.
Yeah.
So that's my whole spiel on it, man. I just think that Donald Trump, he had plenty of opportunities to attempt to bridge the gap, and he's botched every single one of those.
Even going back to and this is the last time I'm gonna do it. Going back to the Pocahontas thing, if he wouldn't have did that, and he wasn't in front of Andrew Jackson, it would have been a perfect day. Yeah.
Oh, it would have been amazing.
It would have been perfect.
It would have been.
It would have been perfect. But you made two major mistakes, and now social media is on fire about it. You know,
I'm telling you, man. I think the people that's around him representing him they're not doing it right. Like there is. When I say that there is no attempt to bridge the gap, there is no conversation. There is no dialogue because some people don't want to have it. And I'm talking about either from each side. Some people we could just use it as a political thing. The left side, and when I say left side, I mean everybody, supporters of the left and even politicians inside the left don't want to have that conversation with him because it's like almost pure hatred. You see what I'm saying? And then even on the right side, they just don't want to do it. Like, all I'm saying is, if you guys put him in the position to attempt, just to attempt to speak to someone, let me see it from your perspective. You already won. You have the seat. You know what I'm saying? Like, the seat is yours. No one's going to argue that with you because you got it. I can't take it away from you. You know what I'm saying? Let's just try to bridge the gap. Let's see where the problems is and what the concerns are and how we can come to a medium on it. But that shit is not, it's pride.
Yeah,
and the fact that he just don't give a shit, in my opinion.
And his actions and the actions of the people around him prove that you don't care. The fact that nobody took the time to tell you, hey man, maybe we shouldn't do this event in front of Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, that's what that, man.
Like, the fact that nobody in there, first off, that means that nobody knows their history in there, or at least knows, period.
Or that shit is,
or they don't care.
They're not preparing properly.
Yep.
Go set it up. If y'all set it up, y'all got your Secret Services there, y'all got whoever else is there that's mediating and all of that. You guys are there. Why wouldn't somebody be able to spot that? Like, oh shit, in the frame is Andrew Jackson. Shit, we got people of Native Americans coming here. Why the hell? That's not the right decor.
Yeah, thank you. Simple as that.
So, that's my point on it, man.
And you know what? And this is actually kind of jumping away from politics a little bit and more so into
low key turning red over here.
No, I got you. So, Black Friday was this past Friday, this past weekend. Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all that other fun stuff. Yeah. Now, okay, so not only was it just a crazy sale day for general stuff, it was also a major sale on guns. And every year as of recent, there's been a major increase in gun sales on Black Friday. So the NPR group, they reported that there was an estimated 203,000 guns sold because that's how many gun purchase background checks there were. Now, for people who have never purchased a gun, you gotta fill out your proper paperwork, and you get a cooling period. At least in California, you get a cooling period, and they run your paperwork and blah 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 blah. So basically, they got all these firearm checks that went through, and they estimated, because usually when that gun background check happens, it's safe to say that somebody was buying a gun. 203,000 guns. Now, personally, I thought that number would have dropped, and that's me being naive, because I do know that whenever there's fear and whenever a rise of fear, I guess whenever fear mongering starts happening, that people tend to arm themselves or prep. I mean, look, over the past 10 years, what did you start seeing? You started seeing TV shows for doomsday preppers. You started seeing all these things started coming about that all deal with what do we do after? What do we do after, the major event?
I'm a little lost, though. You said you would have thought the number of gun sales would have dropped?
And that's just me being naive. Thinking like, oh, hey, everybody's talking about gun ban this, gun ban that. But now that I think about it and being reasonable and rational, whenever you start trying to ban something, people tend to buy more of it. And this
Bitcoin.
And I mean, we can roll that over to liquor, drugs,
Anything,
blah, 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 blah. If I tell you, hey, there ain't going to be no more PlayStations, people are going to go buy multiples.
You're right.
It's just the way people work. So it just tripped me out that not only did Black Friday have that, but it was just an increase of gun sales. But also when it came to Black Friday, they're trying to stray away from calling it Black Friday and calling it Black November. Because there was actually a big boost in sales from November 1st through the 22nd, where there was $30 billion worth of sales, online sales.
Oh, online. Oh,
just online.
Whoa.
30.4 billion, and that was before Black Friday.
How do you feel about that? Because I don't know how to take it. Whole month of Black Friday?
That it actually bothers me because people will get lost in the sauce. Because I worked in retail, I've seen it. All of a sudden, everything's 25% off when it really was just the buy one get one half off sale.
Pretty much.
But it sounds better. Like me telling you everything's 25% off sounds better than buy one get one half off.
It's just to buy shit in bulk, because they even had sales of buy one get one free. So it's like, I'm about to buy 7. Get another 7 for free.
Yeah.
Some people are just gonna waste that stuff anyway.
Exactly, and it just, once again, me, and I've harped on it in multiple episodes, that we vote with our dollar. So by us going crazy, and also, before I forget, did you see how stores started opening up on Thanksgiving again? Remember how it was like, no, we're not doing it. It's a day for the families. Stores actually opened earlier.
Man,
I want to say GameStop opened at 4.
Man, it was a gang of stores open on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I remember we worked retail together.
Yes, we did.
The dude said when we it was the Thanksgiving, they were like, "Oh, are we open?" Nah, because Walmart's closing too. So it's almost like competition. If they close, okay, we'll close.
We're closing.
If they open, we go open too.
Yep.
So to me, I guess this is me just looking from the outside looking in. I don't like that. I'm not gonna like that, because now it's literally a whole month of just spending money. You know what I'm saying? But let's play devil's advocate.
Okay.
This is, from a business standpoint, it is the greatest thing on earth, in my opinion, because now you're selling. Now you got a whole month. Now it ain't just chalked up to a weekend, because a lot of people are indecisive. Some people say, do I really need it? Now you got a whole month to convince this person to come buy whatever they was thinking to buy. Buy 2 TVs, buy 3. Let me buy an extra TV. Let me buy a TV for my dog. Let me do this. Let me do that. You got a whole month to trick people to just continue purchasing shit that they're probably never going to use, or they're barely going to use. Like, I just was having this conversation about, like, yo, think about it. for a working man, person that works 40 hours a week, count drive time. Drive time may be an hour average, 30 minutes there, 30 back. Brush your teeth, wash it, take a bath, get in the shower, do your chores, eat. What fucking time do you have to watch TV? What time do you have to do anything?
Man, I'm shocked that we have the time to do what we do.
But this also goes back to what I say as well, kind of contradicting itself. If you truly enjoy it,
you'll do it.
Find time. You'll make time. But I just don't get it. Like, TVs and shit like that now, just sticking with this topic, is a waste of money because you're not sitting in front of you. You don't truly get to enjoy it. Like, I don't turn my living room TV on. We don't watch that damn TV. That's like a special occasion deal. You see what I'm saying? So now people are buying stuff that they're just not going to use, and that's going to be a whole month. As from a business standpoint, jeans. But, like what you said, that whole sauce thing, I refuse to get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna fall for the okie doke. Mm-hmm. And it just sucks to see so many people go down that route. Now, I'm not above people living their life and having fun. That's not what I'm saying. As long as you plan for it. But most people do not plan for Black Friday.
Hell no.
They know.
Don't make it be like, well, I forget if that was last year. It was one of them years where it was a five pay period month in November. I got a whole check for Black Friday.
Yep.
I got a whole okay. So yeah, man. People see these deals and get on my conspiracy theory. These could be the original prices for these devices that you purchase. So, I mean, for me, man, I look at Black Friday like another day, to be honest. I don't look at it any other special. I'm not going to say I don't go out and purchase anything because obviously we went out and made a couple purchases based for the podcast and what we got going on. But that's it. Like, if I wasn't planning on buying it, I ain't buying it. Like, I'm just not.
And that was, I got a new monitor and whatnot, but that was the whole point. I knew what I was going for, and I got in and I got out. I know plenty of people who didn't even know they wanted something until they seen the sale of it.
Or you ever seen them people that walk in and they just don't know where to go?
Man, those are the ones that Black Friday is truly profiting off of. It's not profiting off of the ones who are going for the specific items. Nope. It's the ones who just walk in and want to be there and see something cool that catches their eye.
Exactly. So,
why else would they put the like when you go to Walmart? I'm sorry to cut you off. When you go to Walmart during Black Friday, at least at the Walmarts in my area, they had the electronics in the refrigerator section. Like if you wanted to go buy video games, the video games were all the way in the corner by the milk. Mm-hmm. Like
so now you walk in there just to get some milk, and then damn, that's Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Oh man, I'm gonna just get it too.
Yep.
Yeah, this is big foolery, man. Yeah, I mean that kind of leads into another topic I had just brought up to you too. But this is more of being the same thing. I feel like Black Friday's a cheat. But once again, Destiny, Bungie has really dropped the ball, and I think Destiny's on the verge of death. In my opinion. The reason why I say that is because Bungie just it was a delay on their third stream, and it was a delay on their third stream about for the Curse of Osiris DLC that's supposed to be coming out December 5th. Now the problem that arose is that a Reddit user, I don't know his name, exposed pretty much Bungie for cheating players out of experience gained to get more bright engrams. Now, let me explain. So in Destiny, once you reach level 20 is the level cap. After level 20, you can still progress a bar. Once that bar gets maxed out, it gives you a bright engram. Bright engrams are the prize for the microtransaction, which is in Destiny. Now, Destiny, if you wanted to buy bright engrams, you would pay money for silver, and then you would use the silver to purchase Bright Ingrams.
And this is real money.
Yeah, that's real cash, your dollar, credit cards, things like that. Now, Bungie gave us the option to earn the stuff on our own. And for diehard players, this isn't even an issue because diehard players going to grind and they're going to play. But for the casual player, I'm going to tell you why there's a huge problem in there. So say I'm looking to get the outfit from the Bright Ingrams, right? Say I got a hunter, say I want to get the outfit. Now, granted, you've had the opportunity to get the full set by now. They've been giving you everything, and everything has been given to us pretty much as of right now. There may be a couple shaders, but I know exotic emotes, all of that stuff has been given away. All you have to do is purchase it. I think it's for their Bright Dust, and Bright Dust is the byproduct of these Ingrams. So that's what you use to purchase that stuff. It's real easy to gather. Well, this Reddit user found out that after a certain amount of time of doing certain activities in Destiny 2, your experience gained towards receiving those Bright Ingrams were cut. Now, even if it was cut in half, we were having this conversation off air, and at first I said I understood it. Now I'm telling you, I do not understand it, and I don't agree with it because people who are grinding this game for specific emotes and shaders and whatever, these are just small things, but don't take that option away from anybody. If you're going to put it in the game for me to be able to earn it, let me do it. If I'm going to put the time into your game that I purchased to grind these, whatever it is, public events, strikes, whatever, don't hinder my reward.
For a no-cost item.
Exactly. So, no, you literally just didn't even give me. You just took it away from me. You took the option away from me, and there was no like. If it was like, okay, we're gonna cut your experience, but you get like 1/3 more of the rewards. You get an extra reward. That's a give and take situation. There.
True.
But you completely just took away the grind. Like, now I can understand why casual players will be like, I ain't playing this no more. Like I said, the 1% of people that play Destiny, this is not going to affect them at all. So if that's the case, why even take it out the game, or why even put it in the game to begin with? You should just leave it exactly how it is.
And let me tell you why. And this is why, no matter how beautiful the game is, no matter how perfect the game is, if there's any form of microtransaction, you have to say it's a safe assumption that there's going to be a way to push you to even debate using real money.
Yeah.
Put it for me. I was a 1%er. I was a hardcore. I was not a casual player when it came to Destiny. I put mad hours in, and I still don't have an exotic emote.
No, you don't.
No.
Wow.
I have an exotic ship. I don't even have an exotic Sparrow.
Wow.
Do you get what I'm saying? And you know how much I played.
Yeah, I don't know. I got them all.
No, but
luck plays a factor in it too.
Oh heck yeah! I watched
RNG,
you. Yeah,
RNG is obviously it's the random number generator, which is in the game. So luck has its factor in it as well. I mean, think about Destiny 1. I went the whole what we would call seasons now. I went the whole first season without getting a Praetorian foil, and then once the Dark Below came out, that's when I got the Praetorian foil. So I had to get it after the fact. And then I had all the gear, everything else, but I played the raid so many times, and I still didn't get that damn Praetorian foil. I was dedicated to get it, and I finally got it. So RNG plays a factor. Now, I get what you're saying about that, and what I say is, especially if you're going to break it up into seasons like this, where you're forcing people to, okay, I'm never going to have a chance at this again. Let me grind for it. You just took the grind away from me, pretty much. That's an extra 2-3, Bright Ingrams
which is, Lord knows how many hours, depending on how the player plays.
Yeah. So, and I know for me, I'm a person that maximizes experience. I'm talking about maximize experience, like
heroic events,
public events. Like if I have back when there was bounties and stuff, I would do bounties I would do missions that coincide with all my bounties just to finish them. Then when I finished them, I got experience all over the place. With this game, you literally with this situation, you literally just strip that away from your casual player. And that, to me, I don't agree with that, because it shows dishonesty there, and it shows this goes back. We had an episode when we talked about microtransactions, and what did we say? We said Activision had purchased a program that was supposed to, put people without certain gear against people with the gear, so they can see that this person has the gear and make them want to go get the gear. Now, you see and you can understand where the problem can go with that as well. Now you're forcing me to want to say, I'm about to drop $10. It's just $10. No, that's wrong.
And let me tell you this: if there were actual weapons up for sale in Destiny, I would truly believe that that's really the process. Because look at the way Trials of the Nine works, dude. I don't know how many times I got put up against a sweaty team. You're telling me the system you have in place can't recognize that, hey, these dudes don't win that often.
Yeah.
Why would you put me up against sweaty players on their way to get a perfect card?
You know what? These people...
And sweaty players are people...
It was worse than Destiny 1. Because in Destiny 1, you stayed around your mark. So if you're at 7-8 wins, you're paying a 7-8 team. In Destiny 2, it got a little better, right? I haven't played Trials that much. I'm more of just on the information scale and what I've seen other people play and get. Now, with Trials of Osiris, though, with those skill-based matchmaking and stuff like that, it's kind of give and take with that, because that's, first of all, that's in-game content, right? That's considered in-game content.
True.
That's also content that can get you to your max light level. That's what you would use to get maxed out.
True.
So, I think they have pulled away the difficulty in Destiny so much that I'm falling away from it, because the raid ain't hard. Trials of Osiris, if I really took it serious, I've been to the lighthouse a couple of times. Right now, I haven't gone to the lighthouse one time because I just don't care about Destiny that much anymore. I'm a hardcore. I played every in-game content. I beat every boss at least 5 times. I was there doing the glitch, knocking Atheon off. I was doing it for people. I was doing the Ethernet glitch when I would pull my Ethernet, hop back in the room to get the reward. I did all of that stuff. And now I'm just truly devastated that Destiny has taken the turn that it's taken now, and I don't want to play it anymore, and I won't go back. I mean, I'll jump back and forth occasionally. I turned it on, sat in the tower today, and didn't do a damn thing. Turned the shit off and put Call of Duty in. It's just crazy.
Let me tell you this. A simple fix for me for Destiny would be if they just brought over every weapon from Destiny 1.
No, you don't want to do that.
No. Let me tell you why. Because it'll divvy up the playing field. Because people are going to gravitate to their favorites. I'm going to use my bad juju.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you why that wouldn't work. With the system that they have now, which I don't like.
No, let me stop you. Let me stop you. And bring back the RNG for weapons. I need random rolls for weapons.
Okay. RNG for weapons is cool. Like, if they brought that back, I wouldn't.
You'd be playing it. Oh, because you'd want your god roll. You'd be playing it.
Let me tell you something. One thing I've learned about every shooting game: if I shoot it, I can kill you with it. You see what I'm saying?
True.
With guns, and most of the time, you'll know what the powerful gun is because you're going to see your favorite YouTuber using it, your favorite Twitch streamer using it. So once it's like, oh, the IS Luna is the best hand cannon, I'm going to get the IS Luna. Once I get the IS Luna, everything else is irrelevant. And the reason, this is why Destiny was so cool when it came to like their gun variants, is because there was always a meta for a certain period of time. When the game first came out, it was assault rifles. After that, it was hand cannons. The Thorn reigned supreme in the Crucible. After that, it was scout rifles, and then after that, towards the end, it was pulse rifles, and they did everything in their everything they possibly could have to try to get everything on the even playing field, and it never worked because there was always something that just had. Put it like this: they came out with a gun, the fastest firing pulse rifle in the game, right? One of the fastest firing, called the Grasp of Mallet, and they messed around and put that as the Nightfall. So you know what people was doing? People was killing the boss in a certain area, dying, and doing it all over again and getting the drops. I remember getting like 35 of those pulse rifles, just back to back to back, just trying to get the perfect one for me. And I still didn't get the one I wanted. I wanted a counterbalance, perfect balance, and it could have been anything else on there, but I wanted counterbalance and perfect balance, and I still didn't get it. And I could have used the gun regardless, any way I got it, but that's just the specific one I wanted. So if they bring back random rolls, I think the longevity in the game will be extended.
Oh, it would add so much life to it.
Yeah, but I just don't think with the way everything is set up now, with the way the guns are set up. I watched a guy do a video on the guns and how they're set up with the kinetic, the energy, and the power. Think about it. When was the last time you used a sniper rifle in Destiny 2?
Never.
Okay, then. That type is irrelevant. Excuse me. That type is irrelevant.
If you come into the Crucible and you don't have no sword or no shotgun, or rocket launcher, you're pissing me off.
But there's people that can use sniper rifles and that are beasts with sniper rifles.
But how many do you know in your party?
I personally know, none of them.
Thank you. Of course, there's always going to be a sniper. They're always going to be out there, but I know none.
I don't know none because sniping don't work for me because I'm in your face, and that's how everybody I play with. We're Russian. I don't play the long range game, so. This is just the concern with me. The concern is that, not even going back on that with Destiny. I think they're on the verge of death. They're on the verge of nobody playing your game. They're on the verge of division.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna just leave it at that because I'm very disappointed so far for the first season. So far for the second season, the only thing I'm interested in is Osiris and the storyline. That's it. I'm not interested in nothing else. I'm not interested in grinding. I'm not interested in their new fucking copy over, or not even copy over, new activity in the raid. So yeah, that's all I'm looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to nothing else in Destiny 2. Matter of fact, I'm looking forward to God of War.
Ooh.
That's what I'm looking for. God of War. So
since we touching on games we're looking forward to, and I'm gonna end it with this. I'm looking forward to The Last of Us 2.
I didn't play The Last of Us, the first one.
Bro, it was a beautiful game, dude.
Yeah.
It's hands down. It's worth playing like tonight. You won't finish it tonight, but it's worth playing. It's a beautiful story, dude, and it makes you question humanity.
Really?
Yeah, on some like Walking Dead at its best.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what? That may be my next playthrough or let's play. I do have a YouTube channel. Check me out at xTJones. I'll be streaming as well. But
Twitch.
On Twitch. I do stream on Twitch. Same name. But I do think that I'm going to see. I'm learning from you, man. I'm throwing the plugs out. But I think I may do Last of Us. I want to go back and play all the Uncharted's.
Ooh, tell me.
Go back and play
I'm not even going to dive into how dope Nathan Drake's life is.
Nathan Drake is awesome, dog. He's awesome because he's always in the shit.
Yeah, it's like, and then I just love watching his situation just go from bad to 1,000 times worse.
Yeah,
it's like watching Mission Impossible, and it's like playing Mission Impossible. That's how it feels.
Pretty much. It's always I'm telling you, I forget the one I played. I think it was the third one where you get into a plane crash and he's in the middle of the desert.
Yes.
He literally is just walking, he's hallucinating, and then he runs upon some enemies and he just gets into this gunfight and you're just whooping ass, man. That was one of my favorite games.
I truly loved it. It reminds me of like Tom Cruise. Anytime you see Tom Cruise running in a movie, it's safe to say it's a good movie. If he's running, I haven't seen a movie where Tom Cruise is running where I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's just like Nathan Drake. As soon as he pops up on the game, you know it's about to go down.
It's about to go down.
Hey, well, and since we're plugging, you can follow me on everything at BaronJ67. I stream on Twitch. I also have a YouTube page, BaronJ67, Discord, BaronJ67, all that other good stuff. So we can all, and make sure, folks, make sure to subscribe. We really appreciate you listening to the video, but also click that subscribe button that's below. It helps us out, and then comment. It really lets us know, and let us know what we can do better. And because we do always strive to do better, and also just to continue the conversation.
Exactly, yeah. Because just as much, I mean, we're everyday people, just like you would consider yourselves, and everything that we do talk about is things that we either experience or that we see. So if you have something that you want us to talk about, man, just leave it in that comment section. We'll get to it, and we'll definitely talk it over amongst ourselves to put it down as a topic, and we'll discuss it, because we have a lot to say about a lot of stuff, and this is episode 9. We're just not even close to hitting the tip of the iceberg. So.
All right. So I'm BaronJ67.
I'm xTJones, man.
And we're out.
Peace.
Palm trees and good weed, nigga. Southern California rib, nigga. Narrow turns, donuts in the mirror. Race me, snatch your B6, nigga. You don't want the feature beast, nigga. This your fucking trick to disappear. Came back out my cave like Easter. Cops are real, I keep.